In this lesson, we are going to continue looking at integers and number lines and absolute value, but just talk more about some real-world contexts that you might find these kinds of numbers in. So turn the page to the Do Now, and let's just quickly review the answers that we went over in class. So real quickly, here are the answers to the Do Now that we went over in class. And again, there are some keywords that we'll be focusing on, like above and below, to let us know that an answer is positive or negative. And also, we are talking about distance in this bottom problem, so we think in terms of absolute value, and it doesn't matter if it's above or below, we're concerned with how far somebody is from that central point at sea level. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page, and we're going to look at a few examples of all of this. All right, so let's read what we have going on here. A top secret CIA office is located on the 30th floor underground. And of course, underground is the key word here. Write an integer to represent the location of the office underground. So that means it's below, and so of course the integer to represent that would be negative 30. And then the question asks, what is the meaning of 0 in this context? So 0 is really ground level. So I think that's a simple way to say that. And then it asks, write an equation using absolute value to show the distance the office is from the ground. So remember, absolute value represents distance, so we would say the absolute value of negative 30 equals 30. And of course that equals distance. All right, now we're going to look at a different office. An FBI office is located on the 32nd floor underground. Again, we're underground. Which office is closer to the surface? So we're comparing basically negative 30 to negative 32. And again, we want to look at the absolute value. So on the 32nd floor, underground, we can represent that as negative 32. But we want the distance from the ground level, so we're going to do the absolute value of negative 32. And of course that's equal to positive 32. So the CIA office is 30 on the 30th floor underground. The FBI office is 32nd, 32 levels below. So which one is farthest? Now that we've taken the absolute value, we can compare them, and we can see that the FBI is farther from the surface. So how can we write that? The FBI office, no, that's not right. Right? It's asking which is closer to the surface, not which is farther from the surface. So the CIA office is closer to the surface because the absolute value of negative 30 is less than the absolute value of negative 32. So the CIA office is only 30 levels below. FBI is 32 below, so it's farther away from the surface. So that's why the CIA office is closer to the surface. So again, lots of keywords here. We have underground, we have closer. All these are keywords to help you answer questions like these. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page. So we have some practice problems, and I'm going to get you started, but then I'm going to have you work on these on your own, and then you can check back and see what the answers are. So real quickly, let's looking at number 1. For the past couple of weeks, Joe weighed himself every Monday. The first week, Joe lost 5 pounds. And again, there is a key word there, right? Lost 5 pounds. The second week, he gained 3 pounds. And again, there's a key word there. And then the third week, he lost another 9 pounds. So there are your key words that are going to help you answer this question. So go ahead and stop the video and finish up question 1 and question 2 on this page. Then check back to see if you have the correct answers. All right, check out these answers, and some of your explanations might be different than mine, so if you're not sure, you can ask me after you finish the video, and let me know if you have any questions on these. All right, once you've checked these, go ahead to the next page. All right, here's some more problems that you need to interpret and look for keywords. So go ahead and pause the video and do the problems on this page, and then check back and compare your answers with mine. All right, check out these answers. These are pretty straightforward. Again, if we're talking about airplanes, obviously they are flying up in the air, so their altitudes will be positive, but if they are actually on the ground, you could say the altitude is 0, and it's like whether they're sitting there or maybe they are taking off or just landing, something like that. All right, so go ahead and turn to the next page. And I have yet even more practice problems. So again, look for some keywords and answer these questions. Pause the video and then check back and compare your answers with mine. All right, go ahead and check these answers out. And number 6 I think is interesting because it talks about the same amount of money, but that amount of money in one situation results in a loss because you're taking it out of the account, but relative to your wallet, it represents a gain because you're adding it to your wallet. So I think that's an interesting situation and a good example of absolute value, because the amount of money itself is the same. In some situations it's a loss, and other situations it's a gain. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page, please. All right, just a couple more problems. Go ahead and pause the video and answer these questions, then check back and compare your answers. All right, check out number 7, because that one might have tricked you a little bit. This is not a translation problem per se. They're saying the temperature in Wyoming can get as low as negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So you might think that the answer is 30 degrees below 0. However, the question is asking for the magnitude of the temperature. Now, we haven't talked about what this word means, but magnitude is also another way to talk about absolute value. It just wants to know, how far from 0 the number is. So magnitude is how far from 0? So numbers often we talk about have a magnitude, and in some cases they have a direction if they have a positive or a negative associated with it. But this question just wants the magnitude, so the answer is 30 degrees. And you can see in question 8 as well, they ask you to use absolute value to find the magnitude of a very cold temperature, and that's why the answer is what you see here. And again, the negative 40 lets you know how far below 0 you are. The 40 just lets you know the distance from 0 and doesn't talk about if it's above or below. All right, go ahead and turn to the last page. So go ahead and look at this table and answer the question below. So pause the video for a bit and then come back and compare your answers. All right, go ahead and check out the answer to this question, and let me know if you have any questions about this. So go ahead to the next page and complete the video assessment. All right, pause the video and do these problems real quickly, and turn the paper into me, and then when you finish this, I want you to go to Google Classroom, and you will find some challenge problems on there that go with the video. So work on those, and if you happen to finish those, then you can begin the homework for tonight. Let me know if you have any questions.